We all know about the ever popular game of Hot Potato, but did any of y'all know that there was an actual game show by that name? Find out today on the wide world of game shows. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews presents Wide World of Game Shows. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm Joel, the Big D of Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews, of course, welcoming you to the wide world of game shows where I talk about some of the great game shows there ever was. But today I'm going to tackle one that I know that a lot of people didn't like and what have you. So today, the game I'm going to be talking about is Hot Potato! That's right, Hot Potato. Yeah, easily one of the most underrated game shows there ever was. Hot Potato was a game show that originally premiered on NBC on January 23rd of 1984, and that was just a day before I turned 4. Produced by Barry-Enright Productions, it's being their comeback to network television ever since it was, the company was a central figure in the 1950s quiz show Scandals. But however, for the NBC network, but this was their comeback to network television since Break the Bank aired on ABC. Anyway, it was the last original production Jack Barry was made part of, as he died just a month and a half before this show ended. Anyway, the game took over the time slot from a former NBC game, that being Go, which I'll talk about that in the future Saturday Morning TV Log. But it still didn't perform well in the ratings due to Family Feud, which was in its next to last season on ABC and was frequently preempted in, most larger markets for local news. The host was Bill Cullen in his final hosting job for a network series, but not his last one overall, because he would later go on to host their syndicated here of The Joker's Wild after the death of Jack Barry. Charlie O'Donnell, who was also the announcer for The Joker's Wild, as well as Tic-Tac-Toe and, of course, Wheel of Fortune, was the announcer. Now, Cullen remarked that he had been chosen to host largely by default since the originally intended host had flopped during an early run-through of the game and neither the studio nor NBC could think of anyone to ask. And he also noted that it had been a very common scenario in his career, hence why he had so many game show hosting gigs to his credit. Now, the game was factually similar to Family Feud, almost, being the second game show of Barry-Enright to ever try to tackle Family Feud. The first one was Play the Percentages, which came out in 1980. I believe it was. Yeah, I think it was. Which I'll talk about that in a future episode, maybe. Anyway, 2 teams of 3 players competed, one of which consisted of the previous game's champions, and the members of each team shared a common trait, like, say, a hobby, or occupation, for example, waitresses and computer technicians. Those were a couple of teams that were among some of the big winners I've seen on this show. But anyway, they're 3 of a kind. And all questions used during the main game had at least 7 correct answers. Some were trivia questions with a set number of factual answers. For example, naming the 7 wonders of the ancient world, while others required the players to guess the most common responses to a survey, just like Family Feud. Now, in each round, Mr. Cullen asked the question and stated the number of acceptable answers. One member of the team with initial control started by either giving an answer or challenging the opponent to do so. Henceforth, they can toss the hot potato to them. Now, if the player gave the correct answer, control passed to the next team member in line. But if it's an incorrect response, they send the player to a bench behind the team's podium, where he or she had to sit out the rest of the round and gave control to the opposing team. If an opponent responded correctly after being challenged, his or her team took control and the challenging player was eliminated by going to the bench. If not, the opponent was eliminated and control passed to the player after the one who issued the challenge. As the players gave correct answers, they were displayed on screen for the viewer's benefit. Once 5 answers had been given, Cullen would read them back to the players. A player would be cautioned if he or she repeated a previous answer. Doing so twice on the same turn sent him or her to the bench. A team could win a round by giving the seventh correct answer, regardless of who gave the first six, or by eliminating all three opponents through successful challenges and or their own mistakes. The first team to win 2 rounds won $1,000 and took or retained the championship and advanced to the bonus round. The champions started the first round and the third, if necessary, of a tie, while the challengers started the second. Now, began like a little over a week after its premiere, a 7 straight jackpot was offered to any team that gave 7 correct answers in a row without making a mistake or challenging. Now, I have seen this done maybe once or twice, since I've seen mostly all the episodes so far, since you can find them on the Bill Cullen Net YouTube channel. They're all from actual NBC showings. Well, most of them are. The jackpot started at $500 and increased that by that amount for each match it was not won. Now, this bonus was continued the day the format became Celebrity Hot Potato. Yeah, they gave it the celebrity treatment like their previous hit, the syndicated series Bullseye, which I'll be talking about that in the future. Sorry, well, no, not that's it. Oh, this is Wild World Game Show, not Saturday Night TV Live. Whoops, my bad. Anyway, which yeah, which started in April 23rd until its conclusion. It became Celebrity Hot Potato, but I still preferred it as is. Thank you. The losers on the celebrity main game get $500 for their charity. Well, and you know how celebrity versions of game shows are. Anyway, in the bonus game, the winning team was given a subject of comparison. For example, like which weighs more, or who has been married more times, etc. And shown 2 possible choices. The team discussed the choices and then selected one of them. Each correct response awarded them $500. But a word of warning: if a mistake at any time occurred in the round and forfeited the accumulated money. Now the team could pass on one question and one question only, and could stop after any question and keep the money. If they answered 5 questions correctly, they won a jackpot that began at $5,000 and increased by that amount for every game in which it went unclaimed. The jackpot reset to 5,000 when collected or whenever a defending champion team was defeated in the main game. The highest jackpot ever won in the series was 20,000. The team competes again until beaten or have won 5 straight matches. Now, in the celebrity version of the bonus round, if they miss a question, they get $1,000 for their charity, and all jackpots are for 5,000. That's it. Now, I never knew about this game when I was a kid until it was later rerun on the USA Network. I do believe it also got shown on the CBN Network, which was way, way, way before becoming freeform. Anyway, yeah, Hot Potato, it's pretty good. I absolutely love the theme song, of course. Yeah, I've done my Hal Hidley. I know he did several other themes for well, Barry-Enright games, I do believe. Yeah, this kind of does have a little bit of a disco pop sounding thing, kind of similar to almost a little different than what we heard in the theme to Bullseye. which that's even more cooler. But hey, I like both those themes. But anyway, the show, after 115 episodes overall were produced and aired, the show ended in June of 1984. But however, when reruns on USA Network and the CBN Network during the 80s, but after that, it was never seen again until the late 90s when Game Show Network aired them. But well, before they became GSN. So that's about it. Now, if you haven't seen Hot Potato, I'd say give it a try. You might like it, or you may not. Like I said, there's some full episodes so far. Only one episode didn't have all of one episode complete. Just look up Bill Cullen Net on YouTube, and you should be able to find those episodes, which they were taken from a San Francisco NBC channel. K-Ron, I think it was. Yeah, that's what it was. But anyway, yeah, that network's still there, but it's now, unfortunately, it's a My Network TV as an affiliate now. Oh well. But anyway, like I said, give Hot Potato a shot. You may enjoy it. But anyway, if you've watched the Hot Potato Game Show with Bill Cullen, tell me what you thought about it in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And next time on the Wide World of Game Shows, I'll be talking about another short-lived, well, it lasted a little longer than this game show. Now you see it. So thanks for watching, and if you like this, check out these other episodes of the Wild World of Game Shows. In the upper left-hand corner is the wind down on another Barry-Enright game, Joker's Wild. The upper right-hand corner is another Bill Cullen hosted game, that being Child's Play, which, well, ended about half a year before this show came along. Or go to the bottom left-hand corner and see the previous episode on Let's Make a Deal, which has already become my most viewed video of the month so far. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., as well as the Wide World of Game Show series, then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.